Hey everyone, this is Stella FD with Closer, and today I'm going to teach you a very simple framework that you can use in the super early days of your startup in order to sell successfully. And the framework and saying goes something like this: when you want money, ask for advice. When you want advice, ask for money. So if you know me, you know that I believe that in business, the ultimate validation is money. Not in life, but in business. And when you're in the early days, you need to not just get people to tell you that your idea is cool, so verbally give you positive feedback and positive reinforcement, but you need to have them vote with their time, attention, or even better and at best with their money as early as possible to give you a strong enough possible signal that what you're attempting to do is valuable in the world and that there's going to be a real market for it before you invest all that time, all that money, all that effort into building that thing. And I've written about this and I've talked about this before. We'll link up to this in this post. But what I wanted to talk about today is how to get started, especially when the type of people that you're reaching out or the type of people that you want to sell that solution to are not, the end consumer directly, or somebody that's very low level in an organization or a very small organization. So how do you sell something new that you're trying to develop and build to the executive suite, right? To the VP of sales, VP of marketing, VP of product, when you have to do with executives and those are going to be your customers and you are just starting to build that technology or that product or service. How do you get started with it? And one way that typically doesn't work that well is to just cold call, cold email these people from the get-go before you have any kind of proof of concept or market validation and tell them, here's what I'm trying to build. Do you want to put money down and get it? Or get early access to it or something like that. But what can work incredibly well and what you need to do more of anyways in the beginning is not so much to sell your solution, but explore the market, do customer interviews, understand the needs of your customer, understand how your customer buys, build some more insights and knowledge that will then go back and inform and transform the way you're trying to build whatever it is you're trying to build. So a very successful way for you to get started is to reach out to these executives and not ask them to buy your product straight away, but ask them for their expert advice. So here's what you do is you reach out and you tell people, hey, I'm building this new technology in your space. I know that you are a industry leader, you're a thought leader, you're an executive with a lot of influence, with a lot of expertise and experience, and it would be amazing if insert whatever you want, like buy lunch, buy coffee, or just jump on a quick 15-minute call with you to get some advice from you as an expert to help us build this technology in a better way. There's a lot of things that are incredibly compelling about this pitch. First of all, it's people's egos. People like to be experts. People like to be thought leaders. People like to give advice. I'll say it again. People like to give advice, right? They like to give advice to others. And what else is compelling about this is that you're a founder that's reaching out and you're building some new innovative technology and you want my advice, and my advice might directly influence what you're going to be building. That is kind of a powerful, cool, interesting, exciting prospect, exciting idea. So if you reach out to these executives and you frame it as you're an industry expert, you're a thought leader, we're an innovative company, we're building a completely new technology, or I'm a founder that's building a completely new technology, and I need 15 minutes of your time to get some advice and some insights in order to build the technology better and more successfully, that alone is going to be a compelling enough pitch for many of them to take the call, to offer up their time. Not all of them, but a good amount of them. And then when you talk to them, this is not just a bait and switch model, it's a little bit of a bait and switch, but you truly, more than anything, you should want their advice. You should look at them as thought leaders. They are your future customers. You need to learn more about them. You need to understand them better than anything else, right? We've said this many times before. Whoever understands the customer the best will ultimately own them, right? So you need to be as close to your customer as possible. So talking to them, you want to ask lots of questions. You really truly understand who they are, how they think, how they buy, what their honest, true feedback is about your technology, how they relate it, how would they describe it, What do they think is good or bad about it? Why would they care about this or not? Like, you want to really dig deep and ask and learn as much as possible. This is not about you talking for 15 minutes trying to sell them on your solution. Yeah, you're going to have to give them an elevator pitch. You're going to have to give them some data on what it is that you're building. But you should reverse the roles and ask as many questions as possible and really learn, and get as much advice as possible. Now, if that call goes well, right? There's multiple ways how this could have just been the beginning of the journey, and hopefully it is just the beginning, right? There's many ways that this could go. If the call goes really, really well, but it's clear that you're far away from somebody like them wanting to buy your solution, you don't jump right into the pitch and try to hard sell them on it. All you do is you tell them, hey, can we stay in touch? Can I keep you updated on the progress of our technology, and maybe in a few months down the line, once we've checked off some of the things that we discussed today, can I then just have another 15 minutes and get some more advice of you? And most people will say yes to that. And then your responsibility, all you have to do is keep them engaged with your journey, keep them engaged with your company, keep them updated, keep them in the loop. The more they hear from you, the longer the time that passes that they keep hearing from you, the more invested they get into your story, the more they feel like they like you and know you, the more they feel like they want to keep helping you. And if you actually execute on the promises that you made in the early days, they're going to feel excited and feel like this is the type of person, this is the type of business that is going to succeed, right? So then they're going to be happy and willing to give you more time down the line. And as you do that, you're building a relationship, and that relationship can very easily translate into them becoming your earliest customer, becoming an investor, becoming a referral, a testimonial, an advisor, whatever it is, or maybe all of the above. If the first call goes much better than expected, and they're truly, honestly excited, and they truly think that you got something special here, you can just leapfrog that and ask them, hey, let me go crazy, but and just ask you, would you want to be a customer of a product like this? Would you want to be one of the earliest, get the earliest access to something like this? What would it take for you to buy a product? We've talked about the virtual close and link up to that post here. You want to ask them, hey, what would it take for somebody like you to buy a product like this? Help me, educate me. And what you want to do is you want to have them step out of the buyer role into the advisor role, because then they can talk to you without any protection mechanism or pulling any wall up, right? If you ask somebody, would you buy this? They might bullshit you, or they might feel like they have to protect their pocket from you. But if you ask them, hey, if you were me, this is a good phrasing of this. You can ask them at some point in the conversation, hey, if you were in my shoes, if you were the founder of this technology company, how would you try to market this? How would you try to sell to people like you? How would you try to raise money for this? Whatever the advice is, have them step out of their role and into yours, and give them their honest advice with all their experience, all their expertise, all their knowledge, but without any need to protect themselves from giving you information that you might use against them or for them if your product is truly solving their need. So you want to ask them these type of questions, and if the fit is really great and if you're really close to it, you can just even go, hey, maybe this is crazy, but I get the sense that you, not just the theoretical you, but you specifically, you want to buy this product. You would be a customer of this. We're thinking about doing an early alpha. Do you want to be considered for that? You can go for the early close and ask them for their money, ask them for their business when the time is right. But more importantly, ask for advice, as I said, and then you'll get money maybe immediately. Maybe it'll take you some time. But when you ask for money very early or way too early in the relationship, especially when it comes to executives, people that are really high in demand, and when you are very early in the days of the company and the product and the technology, if you ask for money, they might just give you some bullshit advice or some BS encouragement rather than giving you the truth, which is all you need in order to be able to build something that truly has product market fit. So this is the framework. Reach out to these people cold on LinkedIn and email on social media, and ask for industry expert advice versus asking them for money, and then have them give you the information, the feedback of how they buy, what's going on in the market, how they evaluate these type of solutions, if there's really a problem here or not, if your technology or your approach is the right one or not, and if they were in your shoes, how they would build this company, sell this product, raise money, and succeed selling to people like them. Ask them for advice, and you will get probably the truth, really powerful advice. You'll build relationships. And at the end of the day, many of these people that you ask for advice will give you their money. I hope this was useful. I want to hear your feedback, your comments. Just leave a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe to blog.close.io. And if you have any more feedback or any more questions regarding this topic, just shoot me an email at stelly@close.io. Always happy to hear from you and help in any way I can.